Hey guys, another video. It's your girl, Desi, Promise to Heal. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm just here to say that being grateful speaks so many volumes on the human perspective of life. Having gratitude will change everything. It really will. It is so easy to complain about what's going on, about what's not going right in your life and all that jazz. And when you really think about it, you really are here at this very moment. Just think about that for a second. You're here. That means that you've been thought about. Most definitely. If you believe in a higher power, which I definitely believe in more than anything in the world, you are here. There are so many events and so many things that go on in life in general, and it's so easy to get sidetracked if you really follow the course of the world's patterns, the world's societal ideas and perspectives, and just conforming to everyday living will really have you feeling pretty empty. I so much know what it's like. I've been there so many times, guys. I mean, there's been plenty of times I just sat back and just thought, wow, like I graduated for this. Honestly, guys, if you really think about it, like you get out of school, you're out there. I mean, you meet a couple of cool people, but from childhood all the way to adulthood, you really are trained to be part of a mass. And what I mean by mass is you're programmed to work, you're programmed to be perfect, and you're programmed to care about every single thing that everyone has to say about you because that is supposed to be your focal point. You can't be a good worker unless you care about everyone else and everyone else's needs. Today, my son actually, he was in class today, and it just really did something to me when he told me, "Hey, mom, we're in this forum and they're talking about how, when you start working, excuse me, the customer is always right." And excuse me, and I told them, excuse me, guys, I just came from outside, so I'm a little scratchy. Excuse me, he said that, the teacher was telling me that, the customer is always right. And I told him that no, it comes to this. It's about me first. And the actual instructor said, no, if you want to be a good worker, the customer is always right is always what they want to have. Now, mind you, they're starting to teach children this in grade 6. My son is in 6th grade, and they're already teaching them that it's really important to be like this perfect person, but at the same time, you don't really matter. It's about everybody else. Now, I'm not putting anybody down that does customer service because, girl, let me tell you, or boy, I have been doing customer service literally since I was 14 years old. Okay, I'm 35 right now. I have done it for like 12 years, and they do teach you that it's all about what they want. It's all about what they have to say. If they say something rude to you, kind of just chalk it up. And everybody is having, a day sometimes. And if you could just, look past that and be professional, and, it's going to be all right and this and that. It's not going to be all right because, first of all, what you're doing is you're invalidating yourself. Now that doesn't mean to curse back or mirror back how they're treating you, but at the same time, it's like this faulty mindset that everything has to be about everybody else. And it's not. Even if you think about motherhood, like I'm a mother myself, you know what I mean? Like everything is about the children, everything is about what they want to do. But what happens after they grow up? This is why a lot of mothers feel empty. And I know that I'm jumping into different subjects, but the point is that the idea behind all of this is the fact that everything is not about everybody else. There has to be a point where something is about you. Actually, your whole life is really supposed to be about you. And I don't care who thinks that's selfish. I don't care who thinks that that's unrealistic. The world has us trained wrong. It is the wrong mindset to have. You will never have an abundant or an extraordinary life if everything is about everybody else. Think about that for a second. I mean, it took me a long time, guys. Like I said in my other video, it took me years to come to that conclusion that everything is not about the society as we know it. And also, what I like to share with you guys is society is a lie. You know how people talk about, oh, the devil is a lie? Society is a lie. Okay? Society is the one that will have you confused. Society is the one that makes you feel like you're not good enough because that person above you is better than you. They have a better education or they have more experience than you. So therefore, you can take the back seat in life because, you're not worth it. You don't have the experience. You don't have the education. You don't have the connections. And it's not about that. It's never been about that. They want you to think it's about that, but don't buy into it, guys. Don't buy into it. Honestly, if I was able to talk to myself literally maybe like 15 years ago, okay, I would have told myself something so much different. I mean, I was there. I was that college student. You know what I mean? I made sure my grades were in tip-top shape. I was the perfect student. I was like that in school too. I made sure everything was perfect. Everything was right. Make sure that the teacher likes me. If they didn't like me, I felt like something was wrong with me. And I was always just seeking their approval about my worth. And let me tell you, they're not going to help you get there. They can't. No one can. Even your parents. Yes, even your parents, the people that raised you, they can't tell you who you are. Okay? Because we evolve. We change as we grow. We don't stay the same for the rest of our lives. And some people feel that you're betraying them if you change your lifestyle. I'm going to repeat that. Some people think that you're betraying them if you decide to change your mind about the lifestyle that you want to have for you. Yes. I hope that you heard those key words when I told you that. People are going to feel betrayed. You are going to lose friends. It's not going to be fun at first. But if you start learning about who you are and what you represent and what you need to contribute to this world, and that your individuality is so special and more important than anything else in the world, then none of that stuff is going to matter anymore. It's going to take practice. It's going to take practice. This is not an overnight thing. You're not going to one day, I'm conforming to the world, to tomorrow, you know what, I don't care about that. You know what, I'm not going to do that. Every day you have to make a decision, and that will make it a habit. Think about how long it took to train you. How long did it take them to train us? Think about it. They have Head Start, they have preschool, you got grade 1 through 12. And if you also go to college, you got another couple of years on top of that. So it could be between 12 and 16 years of being trained. So how long do you think it's going to take for you to train and reverse your mindset about the world around you and the world as we know it? It's maybe not going to take 16 years. It depends on how much work you want to put into it. We're all adults, you know what I mean? And some people are younger, so I will address you too. But everyone has a different stage in their life. You just have to choose to change it. And you can. I'm telling you that you can. I have been through so many things, guys. I have been through so much. And let me tell you something. I am still here. I am still here. And I'm here to tell you, don't give up on anything. I don't care if your relationship is bad. I don't care if the kids are not listening to you. I don't care if you lost your job. I don't care about any of that. It's time to care about you. It's time to start writing down things that you want to do for yourself. So that way you have something to go off of. Because otherwise, everyone else is going to do the walking for you. Everybody else is going to do the talking for you. You don't want that. You don't want that. You will lose your life like that. It will drain every source of your life. It really will. This is why people age so fast. Being depressed, being sad, feeling like there's nothing to look up to, there's nothing to look forward to. It's like everyone gives you the scraps and expects you to flourish from there. You can't have a flower grow without the dirt. A flower is not a flower without its roots. Do you get where I'm going with that? So a lot of times, the same way that someone passes you flowers in appreciation is the same way that the world has you trained. Yeah, you look beautiful, but they cut your roots off. So what happens eventually? Yes, it withers and it dies. It was beautiful to look at, but it was dying inside. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have a bunch of roses. They look beautiful the first couple of days. And then after that, no matter how much aspirin you put in the water or whatever your grandma told you to put in that water to keep it alive, it's not going to last for a long time. It's not going to do that because it cut the roots off. And that's what society tries to do to you. They cut off the roots. Or if you want to look at it another way, they try to build on their foundation. They may have a root or two attached to you to try to build inside your conscience that you have to be like everybody else in order to have worth in this life. First of all, you're not here to just be some worker. You're not here to just serve and build everyone else's dream. That's not how it goes. Everybody has an imagination and everybody has the ability to build upon their own thinking. As long as it's not physically harming or damaging other people, I'm telling you what you believe and what you think for yourself, do it. Write it down. You want to start learning how to take swimming lessons? Go ahead. You want to start learning how to play an instrument? Go ahead. You want to be a better parent? Go ahead. You want to start getting around a better circle of people? Go ahead. Stop making up these excuses of why you can't do it. Do you know how many times I made excuses of why I couldn't be on here and talk? I don't even want to start with that. I'm so serious. You know how many excuses I made to not get on here and talk to you guys? How scared I was to put myself out there because I was afraid of what people would think about me, about not being accepted, about being made fun of, and all this other kind of stuff, all this nonsense that I put inside my head. And where has it gotten me? I know, I'll tell you where it got me. It got me regretting that I wasted so many of my years worrying about what's going to happen from outside. Everybody is an individual. What you're looking at is an individual package. You will not see another package like me. There's no one in the world that will look like me. There's no carbon copy. That's why we all got our own fingerprint. We're all different. Accept it and embrace it. You don't have to look like her. You don't have to look like him. You don't have to have those ripped abs, okay?